Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We thank Allah for these these blessings and these gatherings. And one of the meanings behind these gatherings is that we're collectively coming together to implement the injunction of Allah when He tells us, Inna Allaha wa malaikatuhu yusalluna ala nabi, that verily Allah and all of His angels, they send the salawat, the benedictions upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then Allah commands the believers, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli wa sallim alayhi. And throughout the Quran, there's only one injunction which Allah commands to perform it, but He Himself performs it before the believers. And that is this injunction that Allah starts it with, Allah sends salawat, and then all of the angels. And then Allah gives us tashrif, Allah gives us the honor of participating in this act. And Imam Al-Wahidi in Asbab Nuzul al-Quran, he mentions a very beautiful point about this verse. He says that the honor of the salawat upon the Prophet from Allah is greater than the honor that Allah instructed the angels to bow to Adam. He says that this injunction, the Prophet's honoring by the salawat, is greater than the honor of commanding the angels to prostrate towards Adam alayhi salam. How so? Because it's impossible to conceive that Allah participates in the act of sujood towards Adam. Right? You can't conceive of that. That's impossible for Allah. Right? Allah cannot partake in that act. But with regards to the salawat ala nabi, and that the sending benedictions and the rahmah, is that Allah initiates this act, and that He tells us that He Himself performs this act. So this is directly from Allah, therefore that Allah is honoring the Prophet ﷺ in this injunction more so than the commandment of the angels to prostrate towards Adam alayhi salam. And that is why one of the caliphs, Imam Al-Mahdi, he mentioned that. He mentioned on the Minbar in Salat al-Jum'ah in Basra, he said, Inna Allah amarakum bi amrin bada fi bi nafsi. And he's addressing the believers. He said that Allah has instructed you with the injunction that He Himself initiated. وَثَنَّ بِمَلَائِكَتِهِ. And then He followed suit with instructing all of the angels. فَقَالَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتُهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا صَلُّوا عَلَيْهِ وَسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. And then he comments and he says, آثَرَهُ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم بِهَا مِنْ بَيْنِ سَائِرِ الرُّسُلِ. As that Allah has selected him and preferred him by this from among all of the other messengers. So that this is taqsis, this is Allah singling out of the Prophet ﷺ with this injunction. And then He said, وَاخْتَصَّكُمْ بِهَا مِنْ بَيْنِ الْأَنَامِ. And that He has preferred you and selected you by the Prophet among all of creation. And then He says, فَقَابِلُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ بِشُكْرٍ. So respond to this great blessing of Allah with, as we heard, with gratitude. So we ask Allah that He increase us in our gratitude, and that He increase us with our sending salawat upon the Prophet ﷺ, and that He connect that salawat into gratitude. And actually, as a matter of fact, that salawat is a form of gratitude, and it's a form of gratitude to the Prophet ﷺ. Right? So one of the ways that we can express this debt that we feel towards the Prophet ﷺ is increasing in our salawat. So we can make this intention that we also want to be grateful through our salawat to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.